الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد Alhamdulillah, by the fadl of Allah Jalla Majduhu, as I mentioned, that this is from thankfulness that a person firstly knows, appreciates, and then values, and then adopts appropriate behavior for the blessings of Allah Jalla Majduhu. And many things a person gets and he or she takes them for granted. And then it becomes a routine and they tend to actually not appreciate, although they are the most valuable things and valuable blessings. For example, a person who is living with parents, normally they don't tend to value there. But if they are told that there is a wali comes in another town, is one of the greatest walis of time, and the person is very eager to honor them, respect them, but they should know that their parents have the greatest status for them actually than any wali even. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, similarly, this life itself is one of the great blessings, and because a person is getting it day after day, minute after minute, every day is coming, so a person falls actually as though in ghafla. Likewise, I was mentioning about the day of JUMMAH because we tend to receive it, and we have received it free because it is the companions and the Sahaba Ikram, Ahlul Bayt, the Prophet al-Islam who suffered to receive this deen and convey this deen. All the stones which were hurled at them, all the arrows, all the martyrs of the Sahaba Rizwan Ajma'in, or the wounds of the Prophet ﷺ, and different other sacrifices they have made. And because of these sacrifices, we are getting to know these things. Otherwise, now in the age of technology and advancement, we are still not conveying, and in those times when everyone was almost against you, there was no financial aid, no international rights given to anyone, no paper were available, and hunger and fear to do these things in these scenarios, as you know, it is very, very hard. And those people did this for us and benefiting us. So we should know and value, because actually they have valued it, conveyed it, and departed from this world, and they are living in as though heavens and in heavenly bliss. And we people are more weaker than them in even bearing pain. In those times, they did not have any, for example, anesthetists that who will put you to sleep or numb your teeth before actually going to the dentist or wounds or operating. But those people were bearing with all these difficulties, and so they were much more, even stronger. They were bearing hunger. They were bearing wounds. So we are much weaker, very, very fragile in the sense we tend to be hurt and be in pain and cannot tolerate it. So we even need to be more vigilant that we are not punished in any way in Akhirah, because our state is more weak. We are more weak. And these were very strong people, and they still feared the judgment. They had the conscious taqwa of Allah Jalla Majduhu's presence. So we need to value these things. And one of the things is, blessing is, as I said, the day of JUMMAH. Another blessing mentioned by the Prophet ﷺ, after saying that of your best days is one Friday. On it Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam was created. On it his departure from this dunya, his spirit was taken, and on it is the blowing of trumpet. The sur is actually, you may say, an alarm clock, alarm system, or a voice, very horrific, that's so much powerful that people and things will disintegrate as soon as actually it's so powerful. It's like the sound waves and the sound energy of it will be so strong that heavens and earth and everything will start actually disintegrating. Another thing, the Prophet ﷺ, in this, he mentioned that, and there is not a single creation, a creature on this face of the earth, that it waits for the day of Qiyamah, of the beginning, commencement of the blowing of the trumpet, of the proceedings of the Day of Judgment. On Friday, from the time the sun appears over the horizon until it rises high, out of fear of the hour, except for jinn and mankind. Meaning that these birds, the animals, the ants, the trees, all creature living for us, or no, we think not living, but they recognize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet ﷺ. And this even actually indicates that even animals and birds, they know of the Day of Judgment and they fear it as well. But the thing to think is that there is no hisab and kitab for them. There is no accountability for them. As the Prophet ﷺ said, وَمَا مِن دَابَّةٍ إِلَّا وَهِيَ مُسِيخَ يَوْمَ الْجُمْعَةِ مِنْ هِينَ تُصْبِحُ حَتَّى تَطْلُعَ الشَّمْسُ شَفَقًا مِنَ السَّاعَةِ إِلَّا الْجِنِّ وَالْإِنسِ. So others who don't have any reckoning, any accountability, any hisab and kitab, they are fearful. The Prophet ﷺ said, إِلَّا الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ. But the human beings and jinnat, they are in ghafla and they have to be accountable. They are accountable for every deed, every second. So this also shows that how much heedless we are, that those people, who have gone even away or heedless more than even animals. The animals are actually aware, birds are aware of the Day of Judgment. Not aware, but they fear that day of Jummah, that when the sun rises and goes, they think it might be this day. Until the sun rises high, then they know it's not this day. So this shows the seriousness of that day. And we don't get to actually understand it. Imagine the person is called to court. Companies are called, company directors and others are called for accounts, to give accounts to the taxman, for example. Imagine, not your life, you don't have to account for your life, just to show what you have earned money and what has gone. And it becomes a difficult matter. Imagine if you have to give accounts for your time used, for your eyes used, for every glimpse of your eyes, for every word which you have uttered with your tongue, for every word which you have heard, every action which you have done. Imagine the matter. And when there is hell and paradise as well in front of you as well. So why do the animals, they fear? They fear of the justice of Allah, that if Allah Azza wa Jal actually applies justice to them, they can't even actually be free from the punishment of Allah Jalla Majdu. Because they have a sense of actually accountability in the sense they worship Allah Jalla Majdu, although they don't have the choice like human beings, but they have some kind of little bit of freedom to some extent. And if Allah Azza wa Jalla holds them according to that freedom, they will be held accountable. Like in one hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, even on that day, a goat with horns and a goat which is, or a sheep without horns, and if they are, that they will be also, there will be justice done between them as well. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so one should get this message from it, that if those who are innocent and who are not accountable are fearing, then what about us? So at least we should set our major things in right and settle them, and then hope from the mercy of Allah Jalla Majduhu. Then the Prophet ﷺ said another great fazila he mentioned, but inshallah it will become lengthy. I'll mention another time. There is another great blessing of this day, but then I have to mention some other things related to it. It is about the blessings of the Sa'a, the time of acceptance, the special gift Allah Jalla Majdu gives. It is like a lottery which is put in this day. Actually, Prophet ﷺ said that in there is a certain time, certain hour, that if any person, Muslim, finds it whilst he is praying, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mighty and sublime, for his need, accept that he is given it. It is actually accepted, actually. So on the day of Jummah, there is a special time that if a person asks, normally what happens with dua is either you get that thing, or another blessing is given to you, or a problem is removed from you, or it is kept for akhirah. But this sa'a, this hour, this time which actually is there in Jummah, that you get what you ask for immediately. There is no other possibilities in there. This is a special, no matter what, it's not kept on the day of judgment. It's not that you get an alternative, or it's whatever the person asks. Now, this Prophet ﷺ said that in it, وَهُوَ عَبْدٌ مُسْلِمٌ وَهُوَ يُسَلِّي يَسَأَلُ اللَّهَ عَزَّ وَجَلَ حَاجَةً إِلَّا أَعْطَاهُ وَإِيَّاهَا. That particular thing. And then قال كعب ذلك في كل سنة يوم فقلت بل في كل جمعة. So Hazrat Ka'ab radiallahu ta'ala asked that does this occur once every year? He replied, says Abu Hurairah said, no, rather it is every single Friday. So this is when it is, how to find it. As I said, this will get lengthy, maybe we leave it for another time, but one should know that it's a lottery, like a person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept it hidden. There are certain times which are mentioned in the hadith, so it is between those times. There's few times, so if a person is actually cares for that, alhamdulillah, he's likely to get. So this is another great virtue of Friday. ये जुमा की एक और बहुत बड़ी बरकत है कि आम तौर पर जो बंदा दुआ करता है तो अल्लाह पाक उसको, वो अगर उसकी कबूल हो गई तो उसको वो चीज़ अता फरमाता है. कभी अल्लाह पाक देखता कि इसके लिए तो मुसीबत आने वाली है, वो दूर कर दे, उसके लिए ये बेहतर है. कभी उस बेहतर चीज़ अल्लाह पाक अता फरमाता है. कभी उसको क़यामत के दिन उसका अजर महफूज कर लिया. लेकिन इस दिन एक वक्त है, कुछ लम्हे हैं, कुछ एक घंटा या कुछ अरसा है थोड़ा सा, कि उस वक्त में जो आप अलैहिस्सलाम ने फरमाया जो मुसलमान मांगता है अल्लाह पाक उसको वही अता कर दे उसी तरह, यानी उसकी मुंह मांगी चीज़ दी जाती है. तो अब जाहिर है फिर इसका मतलब यही है इशारा कि बंदा ये दिन इबादत में, दुआ में, क्योंकि जो बंदा दिन होता ही कितना बड़ा है. एक हदीस में इसी में इमाम अबू दाऊद ने रिवायत किया कि दिन जुमा का 12 साआत यानी 12 घंटे का आमतौर पर दिन होता है. तो अब जाहिर है इसी में वो चीज़ है, और कुछ निशानियां भी उसकी बताई गई, कुछ टाइम भी बताए गए. उनका तो ख़ास ख्याल रखे और बाकी भी करे. तो कोई हाजत, कोई परेशानी हो तो वो एक नहीं तो दूसरे जुमे मिल जाएगी, दूसरे नहीं तो तीसरे मिल जाएगी. तो ये भी इस दिन की बरक़ात में से. अल्लाह पाक हमें भी اس پر عمل کی اور اس ساعت کو پانے کی اور قبولیت کی گھڑی پانے کی توفیق عطا فرمائے. ابھی چند مرتبہ درود و سلام پڑھ لے. اللہ اکبر. استغفر اللہ استغفر اللہ. بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. یا نبی سلام علیک، یا رسول سلام علیک، صلوات اللہ علیک، یا حبیب سلام علیک. السلام علیک یا شفیع المذنبین. السلام علیک یا شفیع المذنبین. یا نبی سلام علیک، یا رسول سلام علیک، صلوات اللہ علیک، یا حبیب سلام علیک. السلام علیک یا رحمة للعالمین. السلام علیک یا رحمة للعالمین. یا نبی سلام علیک، یا رسول سلام علیک، صلوات اللہ علیک، یا حبیب سلام علیک. وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا خاتم النبيين. وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا خاتم النبيين. الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. یا رب العالمین یا ارحم الراحمین. یہ درود و سلام نبی علیہ السلام کی بارگاہ میں پیش فرما، آپ کے طفیل تمام انبیاء رسول علیہ السلام کی بارگاہوں میں پیش فرما، صحابہ کرام خلفاء راشدین اہل بیت اطہار خصوصاً امام حسن حسین رضی اللہ عنہما کی بارگاہوں میں پیش فرما. یا ارحم الراحمین السلام کی برکت سے ہمیں سلامتی نصیب فرما، دلوں میں بھی، گھروں میں بھی، قبر میں بھی، حشر میں بھی یا رب العالمین. ہمارے والدین، رشتہ دار، آبا و اجداد، امہات جو اسلام کی حالت میں دنیا سے اسے سب کی مغفرت فرما. جو زندہ ہے ہمیں نیکی پہ، اسلام پہ زندہ رکھ، ایمان پر موت نصیب فرما. وصلی اللہ علی النبی الامی وعلی آلہ وسلم تسلیما. آمین. برحمتک. استغفر اللہ. السلام علیکم.